Hello everyone. In this video, I'm going to explain you how to build the infrastructure on AWS with the help of Terraform to implement CI/CD pipeline for ECS forget. And this architecture consists of like VPC with the two public subnets in a different zones. Like I will desire to take a two and each task to deploy on each public subnets with forget. And isn't this on the same services where we have to use like application load balancer is used to balance the load between the two tasks, which we have to manage. And then we have to uh, push the new changes to code commit repository. So this architecture will consist of different type of services like we have used VPC and we have used IAM roles and policies. Then we have to provide some certain tasks over there so that we have to perform some Terraform scripts like how to build the infrastructure like on these services. Basically, Terraform is the open source infrastructure as a code, which they have to build the infrastructure. So it's a software tool that means like they have to increase the creative changes and improve the infrastructure, as we have to mention. And this will consider like a resources of instance of the main cases in Terraform. So this is the use, like why would use this exam, why would using the DevOps we have used this infrastructure, where the most prominent use of Terraform is to building an infrastructure basically like a different versioning we have used. So they have managed the existing and particular cloud provider like cloud services they have used as well as in the custom house solutions. So they have to configure the files described to Terraform the component. They have needed to run on single application on your entire data center. So these are the services we have used. Now we have further on. Now I have to show my code here which I have to prepare like which is services we have used. So these all are the services which I have written it so that I have created my one infrastructure using this. So I have created a VPC where we have used resources like then have described the private subnets. Private subnets where we have using the counts variable. We have mentioned over there. I have to show you later. Then I have created a public subnet, which means that we have to create public and private subnets so that we can access our services. Then internet gateways, meanwhile we have to only use this so that I have to provide some way so that they can travel so that they can accessible over the internet. And then I have to internet gateway I have created. Then further on I have used IAM role services. This is my IAM role process which I have used. So these are the things which I have used resources, path and my policies which I have given in here. And this all comes in the variables like variables of AWS region with profiles, tag, VPC, and AWS ECR which are used. So different type of variables I have declared here so that it will be understandable now so that how the way we have to show our code. So this is the way I have to describe variable over here. Then I have declared my load balancer. This is my load balancer which I have written over here like different categories of ALV target groups which mentions we have listeners. So these all are the things we have described in load balancer. Then further on, I have to edit this command so using the Terraform in it in the later on this video. So firstly I have to understand like why we use these things like we have different code build commands like how to process means my code has been built on which basis. So these are the commands. Then I have code commit, I have already mentioned here, and code pipeline, so that how my code will run a particular pipeline. So that how I can elaborate it on a certain process way so that it can be maintained as a pipeline. Then security group mentioned here, like for application load balancer. Now, now I have to show you how I write my code, like how to initialize my Terraform commands, how I use apply command, how I use validate command using my infrastructure. Now I have to show you. This is my code which I have written. Like first we have to run the Terraform init command, so that I have to initialize. So init command is used to prepare for the directory. We have used Terraform init command to perform backend initializations, so that they have to create our module installations and plugin installations. So this is the command which I've used to initialize my plugins. Now it's successfully initialized. Now I have to perform some validate command, which is used to perform like configuring the configurations, like configuration files they have to validate in a directory, and they does not have any access to remove state on sources. So should we run before this command, or we have to validate this command after using this such process? I have to do this. So now I have to validate my command. I have completed my validation. Now it's my plan command, so that I have to create some process over here. So I have to wait for some time so that it will perform. Now I have to use my Terraform apply command. Apply is to create and update the infrastructure dependencies on the configuration file. By default, a plan will be generated first and we will need to approve before it is applied. If previously we have done Terraform plan will generate an execution plan showing you what action will be taken without actually performing the plan actions. So now we have working on means it's like deploy their infrastructure, Terraform apply command. So we have to wait for some time for that. These are now creating my load balancer. They have created my security group. We have to wait some time so that it will perform. So mostly this is used for the like they have deploying our infrastructure services over here. So that in which they have to click on gateway, they have subnets, they have load balancer, everything should they have deployed. So meanwhile we have to wait some time so that they are creating all such things. Then we have to go further like how it will run, how they have to manage. Now it's completed. So we have to check further on, like is my pipeline URL, is my database, uh, ALB. So this is my console. So we have to log into my AWS. So we have to check like how did it work. So this is my code commit. We have a load balancer here. Now I have to run my pipeline. This is my repository. This is my I have to push it so that it will work correctly. So it will take time. I have to refresh again. So now my code is succeeded. Of course, now I have to wait for the build. And this is my repository which I have. This is my previous repository. Now I have to see my which repository now is created or not. I have to wait for the build. Build is succeeded now. I have to wait for the deploy. Now I have to wait for the deploy, so I have to show my code which I will here on my test project which I have created a name. This is my code. This is all my code which I have mentioned here. Now I have to see my clusters. Where is my cluster going on? It will created or not. So I have to show in my console. Go to my cluster. So it's not created. It's a ECS, so I work on the ECS. Now my ECS is created on ECR. So I have to just wait for the deployment. It will take 4 to 5 minutes. I have to wait for some time. And I will show you my page. So how is it working or not. Further wait for some seconds so that it will be deployed. Still running. I waited 4 minutes. Now it's time to wait. So after completing the deployment, so that package should be run so that how my services is going on or Terraform will perform to get my infrastructure over there. The file is already completed in here. Now my deployment is completed. Now I have to run my this web page. So this is my web page which I have given the name of this.